Welcome back. My name is Erica Putis. I am curator for LaPlaya Gallery, and I am here with Becky Guten, is one of our featured artists for our October 12th show. The opening is on October 12th from 5 to 8 p.m. and is called The Quest for a Rhythm. And I'm here with you today in her beautiful studio. It's fascinating, lots and lots of amazing pieces. So what made you start going into art originally?
Oh well, that's a question that
big
takes me like
question.
long time ago, like many years. When I finished high school, and this is in Mexico City because I was born in Mexico City and raised there, and we just moved here some years ago in '99, already 19 years ago. But when I finished high school, I didn't have any idea what was I gonna do. So I remember going to the university, and there was a book that it was like this thick, and I kept, looking for what I wanted to become in the future. And I end up the book, and I said, this is nothing that I want to spend 5 or 6 years or my entire life with this. And I grew up in my dad's studio, so I did not know then that art was getting inside of me, like kind of with osmosis, without even feeling it. So I went to college and I became a language teacher. I became a Hebrew and Yiddish teacher, and I graduated, I worked, and after some years of work I asked for a sabbatical year, and I took a little space and I started to work by myself, and that is how I started to do art, like many years ago by myself. And I never went to college of art, and I never had any degree, but everything that I have been willing to learn, I just do lots of research, and I went to people that know how to do it, like let's say grinding or welding or cutting glass or all the materials, metal, wood, and I try to learn from people that are the specialists in those fields, and little by little, and this is already for more than 40 more years.
Oh, that's great.
So that's
cool.
how I entered to art.
Great.
It was inside of me without any consciousness that I was going to become an artist. I never whatsoever, never thought I was going to become an artist.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So what are the pieces that we have? We have 5 pieces of hers in this show, and they're pretty interesting. So
Yeah.
is there anything behind them, and why you made them?
Yes, of course there is always something behind of the pieces. In these specific pieces, you will see houses, and I have been dealing with this notion of house or home. What's the difference between a house and a home? And as I moved from Mexico City to the States, it's something difficult when you have been living in one country the whole life, and then you get to a new place and you have to start with friends, within the work, and what is what you carry with you when you move from one place to another one. You cannot carry actually your house, but you take like the principles or values, what home means with you. So this notion of house and home is something that I touch a lot in my work. And is it where I planted a tree? Is it where I grew up? Is it where my children were born, or where my parents were born? All that complicated issue about what is home is what these pieces talk about.
That's cool. Oh, I'm excited. And so make sure you come to the opening. It's on Friday, October 12th at LaPlaya Gallery. And again, this is Becky Guten. And you'll see in a few minutes, I'm going to be showing you around her studio and give you some up close and personal things. Obviously, behind me, she does really large pieces. She's doing a few small pieces that are going to be featured in the show. But make sure you come out to the show. It's going to be a great time.
Thank you, Erika.
Thank
you very much
Thank you.
for this video.
really cool. What are these?
Thank you. These are pieces where I use recovered materials, like scrap materials. This is, for example, this kind of sponges or brushes that are made out of natural roots that I remember from my grandparents' house. They used them for cleaning dishes. And in this piece I use the same element, but it's made out of stainless steel, and that's the contrast of the technology world with the very undeveloped country, but it's like an object that it's used for the same for the same purpose. So this is the contrast, and I decided to open it so people can actually come and touch these natural roots.
Oh, cool.
So there is a sensory as well in these pieces. And in this one, for example, I used a telephone cable that was also not good. It was not a good cable, so I used it. And these are the caps of the bottles they give in the hospitals for
injections,
suero. I mean, these are very old parts of bottles that were used in Mexico City. So all these materials are like scrap, and I try to give them like a new life, a new moment. And just imagine if we open these acrylic pieces, they just spread out and the piece does not exist. But here I have texture and I have color, and it's a statement of trying to use objects or materials that are trash for everybody, and I'm trying to give them like a new meaning or a new life, a new moment. And it's freezed. This moment is freezed. When I close the last screw, they form a sculpture. And also this is a piece where you can move the elements. You can take out this piece and you can take and you can move this one, and then they can be placed in different tables or bases, and virtually you know they belong one to the other one, but they don't have to be always positioned in this way.
Well, that's really cool. Thank you.
And thank you thank you so much, Erika, for coming to my studio.
Thank
and
you for
inviting
having
me to show at La Playa Gallery, which is so nice. And thank you so much
We're
for
excited
coming to
for
my
the
studio.
show. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. See ya.
Bye.